They say dragons are only legends, but what if they were more than that? From the mountains of China to the deserts of Arabia, from the temples of Mexico to the castles of Europe, every civilization tells the same story. A creature of scales and wings, of fire and wisdom. How could the same being appear everywhere, across oceans and centuries? Maybe dragons were never just myths. Maybe they were memories. In China, the dragon was never a monster. It had the body of a snake, the horns of a deer, the claws of an eagle, and the scales of a carp. It flew through clouds without wings, called the rain, ruled the rivers and the seas. It was the breath of life itself. For thousands of years, emperors called themselves sons of the dragon, a symbol of divine power and balance between heaven and earth. In Europe, dragons were feared as beasts of greed and fire. They guarded gold, burned villages, and lived in dark caves. Heroes like St. George fought them, proving that faith could conquer evil. In the temples of ancient Mexico, the Aztecs worshipped Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent, a god of wind and knowledge who brought wisdom to humankind. In Vietnam and Southeast Asia, dragons were protectors of rivers and rain. The Vietnamese even say they are children of the dragon, descendants of a sea god and a mountain fairy. And in Egypt, a serpent named Apep battled the sun god every night, a dragon of darkness trying to devour the dawn. Different names, different forms, but all describe the same idea, a being beyond nature, powerful enough to shake the world. For centuries, people have found strange evidence buried beneath the earth, but some clues appeared in the sky. In China, farmers unearthed giant bones and sold them as dragon bones. They ground them into medicine, believing they had healing power. Later, scientists revealed they were dinosaur fossils, yet the legend survived. In Mongolia, nomads spoke of flying serpents appearing after sandstorms. Today, those same deserts are filled with fossils of ancient flying reptiles, but locals still swear they've seen dragons gliding above the dunes. In England, monks once wrote of red and white dragons battling beneath a hill. When the ground trembled, they said the dragons had awoken. It was likely underground gas igniting, but to them, it was real. In Babylon, 2,500 years ago, builders painted a serpent dragon called Mushushu on the Ishtar Gate, a sacred beast guarding the god's city. That very gate stands today in Berlin's Pergamon Museum, and in modern times, the stories continue. In 2004, villagers in Tibet claimed to see a massive, snake-like creature flying between storm clouds. Local news called it the return of the dragon. In 2014, a video from Guizhou, China, showed a long dark shadow slithering through lightning. Scientists said it was smoke and light distortion, but millions online weren't convinced. In Iceland, tourists filmed a creature moving beneath the ice of Lake Lagarflot, 30 meters long, serpent-like, undulating beneath the frozen water. The locals said, "That's our dragon, the Lagarfluchot worm." The video went viral. Skeptics called it ice. Others swore they saw ice. From cave carvings to phone cameras, the dragon has never vanished. It simply changed its hiding place from mountains below us to the clouds above us. So why did every culture imagine the same creature? Anthropologist David E. Jones believes dragons come from our deepest fears: snakes, raptors, and great predators. Human instinct combined them into one perfect image, the dragon. Other scientists, like Adrian Mayer, think fossils sparked the myth. Ancient people discovered huge bones but had no science to explain them. So they told stories about flying beasts that ruled the world before man. Geologists suggest volcanoes and lightning inspired tales of fire-breathing dragons, mountains that roared like living creatures. To ancient eyes, Earth itself was a dragon sleeping until it woke in fire. Some discoveries still puzzle scientists. In Kazakhstan and Mongolia, fossils of flying reptiles show unexplained burn marks. In Egypt and Syria, temple walls display winged serpents carved beside gods. In China, bronze vessels from 3,000 years ago already show the same dragon design seen today. And in ancient Mexico, the temples of Teotihuacan are covered in serpent sculptures so detailed they look alive. In Wales, the red dragon became a national symbol of courage and freedom, a myth turned into identity. From stone carvings to national flags, dragons have always been more than beasts. They are mirrors of the human spirit. In China, dragons bring rain, wealth, and fortune. During the New Year, people dance with dragon costumes to welcome prosperity. The Year of the Dragon is said to be the year of leaders and dreamers. In the West, dragons symbolize courage, the struggle within ourselves. To slay the dragon is to overcome fear, greed, and chaos. In Japan and India, dragons guard rivers and mountains, keepers of nature's balance. Among Native Americans, the horned serpent represents storms and healing power. Maybe dragons never lived on Earth, but they live in us, in our imagination, our ambition, and our fire to create. So next time thunder rolls across the sky or lightning cuts the clouds, remember what the ancients believed, that somewhere in the storm, a dragon still stirs. Maybe they were never gone. Maybe they just learned to hide in the fire of the world and in the stories we still tell.